news, man. We got a lot of news. Before we dive into the news, we did want to say we want to take advantage of a lot of these Gamescom pieces that are coming out this week. So we have a little extra in the gaming news section and not so much in the entertainment section, only because there's a couple of pieces of news that Adnan and I really wanted to talk about and take advantage of, especially during Gamescom. So, but I'll let Adnan take it away with the first couple of pieces.
So, during Gamescom 2015, Konami... Oh, no, sorry. Let me quit. I'll get onto the other one in a second. So, on the eve of Gamescom 2015, Konami announced a few release date changes for the PC version of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain and the multiplayer component of Metal Gear Online. So, the PC version of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain will now launch the same day as its multiplayer counterpart on September 1st, 2015. PC version was originally scheduled for release a few weeks later on September 15th. Konami also added that anyone who pre-orders the Steam version of the game will receive a free copy of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and that all the Steam version, that all owners of the Steam version, regardless of pre-ordering, will get behind-the-scenes documentary video and DLC consisting of Mother Base staff members and Venom Snake emblem. In addition to that press release was that Metal Gear Online will debut after the release of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, with the servers going live on October 6th on consoles and January 2016 for PC users. In addition to this news piece as well, recently as well, Konami released a new trailer for The Phantom Pain at E3 as well, and I think they've just released the Gamescom gameplay demo. They showed off another 30-minute presentation, focusing more on the Mother Base side of the game.
Which we were like, fuck. Like, we gotta record this, but we're seeing that afterwards. I'm happy for the PC people. Like, I think it's great that they'll be able to experience the game. I mean, it wasn't that big of a delay to begin with. Like, September 15th, it's still September. It's been much worse in the past. I mean, look at GTA 5. Holy shit. But that's cool that they'll be able to get it on the same day. We were talking about this briefly off podcast, and you were telling me, dude, how, like, you know, it was pretty much a given online is not going to launch the same day. And,
well, this is very interesting, though, because I'll jump you back to a game headlines piece I wrote last year. Now, I'll read it quickly. So, it's the service for Metal Gear Online will launch simultaneously with the release of Hideo Kojima's highly anticipated Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. MGO creative director Kotaro Oki announced. The Metal Gear Online Twitter account translated a recent interview that Oki had with 4Gamer into English, and when he was asked when the service would be live for MGO, creative director confirmed that users would be able to jump immediately into the multiplayer experience. The service will begin when Phantom Pain is released, he said. MGO is the multiplayer mode of The Phantom Pain. We advise players like to play a single-player mode and enjoy the Metal Gear Solid 5 universe as a whole. So that was an interview that I wrote piece I wrote last year on MGO.
Wow, so that's so wow. So a year later,
a lot of things have changed. Remember as well.
War has changed.
War has changed. Konami has changed. Everything's fucking changed.
That is true though, dude. That's a really great point. That was announced back when they were still buddy with Kojima and I mean I'm personally okay with this news. My intentions were always to play Phantom Pain first. Like the core game, and then
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly right. Like, who's gonna be like Metal Gear Online for this? Ain't no Call of Duty. So
there's probably someone.
Yeah, there's one person out there that's like
there's always
online.
One.
There's always one raisin cookie and a batch of chocolate chip cookies. And no offense to those who like raisins cookies, I just don't like them. More of a chocolate chip guy. But yeah, I will say, like, I'm happy though that the PC people are getting some cool shit. Like, they're getting that behind the scenes documentary that us collector edition owners are gonna get. Yeah, and yeah, dude, Adnan's just joined the club. Yeah, but it's great for everyone, man. I mean, I'm happy that and in the trailer they released, it's so funny because when you see the trailer, the Gamescom one, not the Mother Base gameplay, but the story one, you could so tell Kojima had nothing to do with that trailer. That was purely Konami, just to have one last trailer before the game comes out. It's almost like a launch trailer, more or less.
Mm-hmm. Well, they will have a launch trailer. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but this is like more or less that, like especially with the style. I thought it was okay. It's like what you were saying, dude. Like it's very much or I think I can't remember who said it, but one of us said it was very much like a traditional like trailer, you know.
Well, it's very reminiscent of MGS4's Summon trailer.
Right, exactly. Where they're like, in a world, you know, like one of those.
Yeah. That was a really terrible trailer, but it had my favorite moment in any trailer.
What's that?
It's when it kind of like just like dun dun dun, all the dramatic shots, and then it kind of goes black and it fades back in. And it's just Snake turning his face like, "This is my final mission," and it's like, oh, the goosebumps. When I remember watching, I still get goosebumps watching that, but the goosebumps were literally on. I was almost in like fucking tears when I was watching that, because I was like, this is like so fucking moving. It's like, this is like the culmination of the Metal Gear Solid franchise, even the peak of what I then of like the Solid Snake story arc. I was like, oh shit.
It was pretty, dude. That was a good time, man. That was a good year. But yeah, like it definitely doesn't have epic moments like that. I mean, it has epic moments, but nothing that gave me like goosebumps and stuff, like what you're saying, like for the Phantom Pain one. Not that it was, you know, it wasn't a bad trailer. It was alright, but I definitely prefer like the I'm nuclear, and the last one that we got was really good.
The free trailer was amazing.
Yeah, and the we are not those kind of people. That was a really good one. Like
the garbage one that they used.
Yeah, such a great like track and stuff. But yeah, so you know, this.
I mean, I'm not surprised the actual the servers are launching late now, because I think like they pretty much dismantled Kojima Productions head to toe. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was in a state to get it launched anyway. The scale of it is quite ambitious anyway. The multiplayer, I just think that kind of like there's a really bad factor about doing it, because you're releasing a game that's not fully completed. GTA Online had horrendous, like, I think I remember that server online. So online was in October, and it crashed on the first day. And it crashed like non-stop for weeks on end.
It was terrible.
Then the PC version waited ages just for GTA to be released. Heists came, I think, 2 years after its release.
Yeah.
Like there's just continuation delays. It's kind of like, you know what, but I think they kind of do make sense as well, because obviously Metal Gear is more centric in its story and stuff. I think people want, unfortunately, I have been waiting 7 years. I don't think I can wait another 7 years for the multiplayer to be completed. Like, I think my time has just come to play this game and get it done. But, like, it's very interesting in two different kind of perspectives. One, that, you know, the fact that they're going to release it afterwards, and the second, that, you know, the PC version has now been pushed forward, which is very, very good news as well. More Metal Gear fans to play the Phantom Pain. But, like, with the trailer itself, though, the trailer was, it was more cinematic driven and more commercial, if anything. Kojima's trailers have never been commercial. They're more like, you know, Kubrick or like Hitchcock kind of style trailers. Like, you know, they have that kind of like they're not aimed at like a mass demographic of people to like get it. They're just kind of like pander to the Metal Gear fans mainly.
Yeah,
but like I did like little moments of it. There was some. I think it's kind of showing off a bit too much though at that point as well. Like, there's so much emphasis on the little kid who can do psychic powers and stuff. I was like, he should have been like an enigma from the beginning. I don't think they should have used him at all and like just kept him very much in the dark and just used him that one shot where it shows him like floating in front of the helicopter.
Yeah, right.
And like, you know, kept it like that. But and like even the fire figure who's Vulcan. Basically is Vulcan.
Well, no, they straight up, I think like a PlayArts Kai display had that up, and they were like, Vulcan. Everyone's like, what? Like, because prior... yeah, because prior they had just referred to him as Burning Man or something, so...
Burning Man.
But now it's just Vulcan. Vulcan!
The fire rises! I wish he goes out with a Bane mask on Vulcan. Oh, God. Perhaps he's wondering why he would shoot a gun when he can fire electricity from his body.
Guabara.
Yeah.
Vulcan, dude! Oh my God, Bane is basically the Vulcan of the Batman universe. Like, if
do you know what you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, haven't you?
Actually, dude, I haven't.
Oh, have you not seen it? There's a really funny scene where Leonardo DiCaprio's in the same room with Matthew McConaughey, and he's showing him like some spiritual thing, and Matthew McConaughey's pounding his head, like, and And like, honestly, I can just see like Skullface and Big Boss in the same room, and just Skullface is like, they're like, it's such a great sequence. It's been mocked so many times. I think like Honest Trailers did a great YouTube thing where they parodied the trailer, and it's like, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio is in the same fucking room as the guy who won the Oscar from him. And it's because last he was like, but yeah, I love the trailer. I think one of my favorite parts about the trailer wasn't kind of like depthy or like, you know, satisfying, but I think like the way it says Skullfist is trying to become a nuclear power, you know, kind of like a nation with, you know, nuclear power. I'm like, oh yes,
yeah,
beautiful.
It's
that character has been something the series has been longing for a long time.
Dude, I just can't. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna briefly say, like, that trailer just kind of like made me think, like, I can't wait. I can't believe this. What is it? It's this game is 27 days away, man. That is so
it's the fact I can't believe it's a month. I just can't believe that I'm going to get this game in a month. It's just led up to so many things. Like, you know, it felt like, you know, earlier this year that it's like years away. No, it's almost. It's just like, you know, the defining chapter of the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
It's gonna be it's gonna be really nice, man. I mean, I almost feel sorry for Gears of War because they're coming out like a week before.
I know. I wish I could have fucking delayed that. Like, well, I mean, at least it's not about as like Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out on Fallout's release day. I mean, like,
oh yeah, or Mad Max, like same fucking day as Phantom Pain. It's like, good luck, Mad Max. Like, things are about to get even more mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool. Final Gamescom thing. Dude, speaking of trailers, why don't you tell us about this other Gamescom trailer that came out?
Yeah, time to prove the fucking haters wrong. I'll tell you what I mean right in a minute. So during Gamescom 2015, Square Enix released a trailer for Final Fantasy 15 titled Dawn. So its official description reads, and I quote, "The destiny of the stars is set in motion 15 years before the events of Final Fantasy 15. As the shadow of turmoil is cast over the land, there is hope on the horizon as an unbreakable bond is forged between father and son, and the light of a new dawn rises on a hero." End quote. So the emotional trailer begins with a text, quote, 15 years ago, fate would fall to the father and son of Lucas, end quote, before cutting to a handful of events that help shape the world of 15. A young Luna is shown terrified as she attempts to escape the clutches of a soldier. We then cut to a security checkpoint in a city patrolled by armored guards. Most importantly, a super cute dog. You'll have dogs now. See, this is what goes out to the haters. All those haters that were mocking Call of Duty's ghost dog. What's he called? Riley. That every fucking game has a dog.
They were onto something.
The trendsetters, Activision, don't fucking doubt them. But yeah, like, the rest of the trailer is just, yeah, I'm not going to read the rest of that description because we'll be here for years. But trailer and all, but what I meant by the kind of description was I wrote something on a forum where I said this game is not going to get a release date for a long time. People were like, no, what do you know about video games? I was like, well, we'll see what happens. And yeah, so no release date announcement. I told you they're not going to put it at the end of this trailer. This trailer was like a fucking teaser, if anything.
It was a teaser, yeah.
But it's just like when I was watching this, I kind of like, I think like I agree with what you said to me off podcast in the sense that it's very, very stunning. Like, it's just, you know, it hits the nail on every head. Like, you know, for a graphics comparison with Final Fantasy and the art direction has always been, you know, so distinct and beautiful about Final Fantasy games. That's what like one of the most amazing features of it is. But like, I just don't know. I feel like kind of like people are losing so much interest in this game. This game is just going to be in like, you know, a real state of development. Because like, some people said to me, like, you know, Hajime Tabata, you know, Final Fantasy 15 and Typo Director, has said like they have a release date in mind. But when he said like earlier this year that the game was a hit, the 60% production mark, 55%. That said everything to me because I'm like, why would they announce the release date in Gamescom? Because it makes no sense. If anything, you'd announce it at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, which is like, what, like next month, right?
Yeah, but I don't even think they'll do it then because this game's too far out. It's just, you know, they've just patched episode Duska with a new kind of update, like, and they're miles away from finishing this game. I think they're going to keep overhauling it. So let's see, in fact, you won't see Final Fantasy VII Remake for a while, or Kingdom Hearts. These games take ages to make because they just keep, like, changing and they take the time to really develop them. Whether it's good or
Yeah.
bad, that's just kind of a different story itself. But I mean, like, I saw a really funny comment where people say, was it Noctis's dad? Is he called Noctis, the main guy?
I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Noctis and his dad, I think, King Regius or something like that. They said that his dad looked like a guy from the Order 1886. and then the car's like from fucking Drive Club. It's like the Order 1886 meets Drive Club. Which is like an image I don't ever want to fucking imagine. But I can't believe people still hate that car. I'm like, get over it. It's so fucking versatile to get around that world. It makes so much sense as well, because it's meant to be more earthy than anything.
Yeah, I mean, my whole take on it, dude, very, like you mentioned, like, I thought I was very impressed visually with it, but I did find it to be a very underwhelming trailer, which is why, I agree with you. I don't even think at Tokyo Game Show they're going to announce a release date.
Yeah.
If they announce anything, it's going to be maybe a release window, but I even have doubts for that.
Episode just update again.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, because it's definitely not coming out this year. No fucking chance in hell. And next year, even that's up in the air. If it does come out next year, it would definitely be like holiday 2016.
Why would Square release it this year? That was Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out. They got Life is
yeah.
Continuing. They got games already for this year. They need a year where because you have to remember Square think that JRPGs are dying.
Yeah.
When they're like, the market clearly wants them.
Right.
So they're going to try and aim for a window where they can really kind of, milk the money from it as much as they can. They need to get people back, because, I mean, 13 really kind of drove a lot of people away.
Yeah.
I think it's got good elements. I think, like, just in episode Duska, it feels more like a Final Fantasy game, if anything.
I think, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, and plus, I think the art style is just so cool. Like, I love how they look almost like knights, but they're, surrounded by technology that is futuristic, but at the same time seems so familiar, And it also has like a really, I don't know, like a very unique style to it. It almost reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy VIII a little bit. How it's very, modern but futuristic, and at the same time, but it's mixed in also with like classic Final Fantasy type things. It definitely looks like a Final Fantasy game, and it looks really, really interesting. So, color me really interested. I mean, it's good stuff. But yeah, the trailer as a whole, though, like, is kind of shit. Like, for lack of a better word. But we'll see. It's great that they're giving us an update, and I think they even said, I was watching the Xbox Daily show earlier today around lunchtime, and they had a special intro from the director of the game, and he said that they're hoping to give more regular updates starting with this trailer. And I'm like, that's nice. I like that. I like that they're going to have more, updates, and we're going to get more of an idea of where this game's coming from. That's good, because I think that's what a lot of Japanese developers need to learn to do now, is to do things like that. Something that European and American game developers, I think, have crafted so well in the last two generations,
Yeah, definitely.
So... But, all right.
I have hope.
Yeah.
I have hope for this game.
Yeah, I have hope too.
But...
I mean, remember, we dug Lightning's story and stuff like that. Like, you and I had very one-to-one opinions, I feel, on the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, which, side note, is so silly to say out loud. The Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. I don't know.
13 trilogy.
Yeah,
I did like that kind of thing. I think that I can understand why people didn't like. I think I just like the criticism with like, it's fucking dog shit. I'm like, no, it's not. It's actually a pretty good game. Maybe it's not Final Fantasy what you envision, but it does make, it's pretty good. And it's weird, especially on a gameplay level. It really does improve quite a bit.
Yeah.
I just think like kind of falters here and there. It just doesn't have really a hugely beneficial story overall. When you finish it, you kind of feel a little bit like, what the ending actually is pretty much better, I think.
Yeah.
So that was really an ambiguous ending for what it was doing, and you're like, they're saying up 15. It's like, this is a little bit of continuity, but yeah, it was really interesting. But overall 15, I'm still interested. They need to keep my interest though.
Yeah. They need to be like they got to treat us like Django treated Leo in Django Unchained. You have my attention, now you have my interest. But all right, I guess we'll move on to our final gaming piece, actually. So this is something Adam and I were pretty adamant on talking about. I think it's pretty funny and curious as well. But so Bungie has revealed that they have recast the role of Ghost in Destiny. It says here, Game Informer reports that video game acting legend Nolan North was brought in to do the voice of the player's AI companion in the upcoming expansion, The Taken King. But after seeing how well he did the job, Bungie decided to now re-record all of Dinklage's existing dialogue. And then there's a quote from the creative director that says, "We wanted Nolan North's version of the Ghost to wake you up at the start of the journey at level 1 and follow you all the way to level 40." They said, while the script has not changed, Dinklage's dulcet tones are no more. And then Nolan North himself had a quote to say on this. He said, "They really wanted me to put my stamp on it. They let me bring what I wanted to the role, and you had to give it your own spin. For that reason, I specifically said I didn't want to hear anything that someone else had done, so that I don't have some preconceived notion of what it has to be. Instead, I just gave it my stamp and let them direct me accordingly." And this is, I know when this game came out, a lot of people criticized Peter Dinklage's acting. I think they even said, like, oh, he's a great actor, but he's just not a good, voice actor or whatever. Me personally, I had no problem with the voice, but I did feel like I just think it's ironic that who are they replacing? Nolan North. It's either him or Troy Baker,
I've quarreled with a video game acting legend. Can you really be a legend whilst you continue?
Yeah.
Don't you become a legend once you finish something?
I don't know. I don't know.
A legend, Mr. Wayne.
Legend. I guess I'm okay with this. I'm not really playing Destiny anymore. It wasn't my bag, baby, like Austin Powers would say. It's just not. It wasn't my thing. Like I played the whole core game, and there was parts I really dug about it. But I just don't think I'm one of those people that likes playing those games that are, continuously connected online. Like I've never been a big MMO person, and Destiny I don't really think is an MMO, but it definitely has elements of it. And I don't know. It wasn't really my thing. But you know what? For people who dig it, I hope they like Nolan North. I'd be curious to see, to go back and see his acting though on lines that I remember. Like, what is it? There's a wizard on the moon and stuff like that. So.
Well, I haven't played Destiny. The only thing I actually played was the beta.
Right.
I didn't want to buy it, but it feels a bit weird just to do the entire thing again.
It does. Like that must take a lot of resources. I'm imagining. I mean, Jesus, to go back and implement that's going to be one hell of an update, huh? Like it's probably gonna be like a 4 gigabyte update or some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels like thinking about it. I don't know why you do it because maybe appeal to new people, but a lot of the core audience of people who played Destiny faded out really quickly when they realized what it was and not brilliant. I just feel like you're doing it pointlessly now. Why don't you just leave things as they are? Something happens, whatever. It feels like so shit with Peter Dinklage.
It's almost like they're doing a special edition of Destiny, like they're pulling a George Lucas.
Lucas, I wait for you to make that moment.
It reminds me of that. Like they're going, my original vision, Nolan North, stuff like that.
He was busy on Uncharted, so I couldn't get him.
I couldn't get him, but now he's my Bobby De Niro. We have a close bond. Dude, by the way, I had to say this from the article that we got this from. The top comment is this.
I've already said this to I said this to James and Alan, other people I've just read. But yeah, please do read out. A shout out to Ajsing, whatever he's called. I can't really. Yeah. It's saying this commenter wrote, "Take that, filthy Lannister. The Nolan North remembers." That's so fucking awesome. So funny.
But yeah, I if it was a game I cared about more, I would probably be outraged by it. But because I think games should stand on their own. Now in the future, no one's gonna get what the fuck we're talking about when we comment on Peter Dinklage and Destiny. They're gonna have to go to YouTube and see older videos. This is a game that I don't really have a whole lot of a connection with. I don't have much of an investment in it, so I don't personally care. But I hope that people who are huge Destiny fans are a little bit, okay with that, because I could see how that would definitely suck.
Yeah, I just think it's pointless.
I
From what I was
agree.
doing, like spend your time making an expansion pack or something instead of paying Nolan North to re-record lines that very few people are ever going to hear again.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Um, but
It's a waste of.
maybe it's a good marketing ploy because it'll mean that people come back to Destiny just to listen to it.
That's true. I mean, and plus,
Pros and cons.
it wasn't in this article, but I read on another article they're actually changing the what is it called? They're changing the way you level up now. I think it's past level 20. Like now you
Yeah.
don't need like light in your armor and stuff. Honestly, I was almost intrigued with going back to it, but then I remembered what it was like to grind, and I hate grinding, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I'm just gonna sit it out. But hey, man, very happy for these people that play, and hopefully they'll dig the north. The north is coming. Um,
Nolan North will remember.
but all right, guys,
Filthy Lannister.
filthy
Sorry.
Lannister.
That fucking filthy Lannister. We'll pay his debts though, but yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he'll do it. He'll get the job done with that sweet beard he has. But he does grow a sweet beard. Side note.
Oh,
And a sweet stash. Anyway, that's it for our gaming news. We have one piece of entertainment news from our movie section. It's not really much of a news piece, but basically the Red Band Deadpool trailer was released yesterday on August 4th at the time of this recording. And it made its world debut on the show Conan. That Ryan Reynolds was there to, show it off. I have to say, dude, I mean, I really dig it. There are some choices they made in the trailer. I mean, this is the first trailer. There's going to be another trailer soon, so it doesn't really, we'll get another one before its February release. But there's some things I liked about it, but I think a lot of the choices in the trailer were kind of like meh. I think the movie alone is interesting just based off of the concept of who Deadpool is. But man, I'll tell you, dude, they nailed that costume perfectly. I mean, he looks so fucking cool. Like, he really looks awesome. It's totally Deadpool. Like, it's the best way I could describe it. But what do you think of it, dude? Because I know you had a very specific thing on it.
yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, I'm just kind of like a little bit. If it becomes overly goofy, because it is a goofy film, but I don't really want it to come, to the point where it's because Ryan Reynolds has a very weird personality in the sense that I don't really like it sometimes. Mm-hmm. You see it in a lot of the chick flicks and shit that he's in, like when I watch Blade 3, like dear God, rest in peace, Wesley. He's over dead. That's the funny part. But I mean, like, just in the sense like how it was kind of angled a little bit, it was just. I was a little bit kind of really pessimistic. I want it to be great. I love the fact that it's R-rated.
Yeah.
There were a lot of rehashes of the test footage that was leaked. If you saw moments of that, they kind of rehashed certain scenes in that trailer. Mm-hmm. Like where he jumps off and jumps into the car and beats them up and it flips and stuff. But yeah, he does get like he has the quality one-liners that Deadpool has and like just the jokes and like, kind of how they build up stuff. It was really funny. I love when he gets shot and it's like you can see the hole in his body.
Yeah.
And like the little, all kind of like a hilarious humor behind it. But I'm just really kind of pessimistic. But I have to really be careful of what I think. So my expectations have been shattered many times when I'm like really hyped for a film.
No, dude, I agree 100%. It's one of those things that you're wondering in your head, how could they fuck this up? Like, it's impossible, right? He looks like Deadpool. They got the costume 100% perfect. They got Ryan Reynolds, who everyone has always wanted Ryan Reynolds to play the character. And on top of that, it's R-rated. Like, how could you go wrong? Like, it's impossible to go wrong, right? You think that. But, I agree with you, dude. I have had my hopes on movies so high. And then and I think, oh, it's impossible. I walked into Spider-Man 3, man, saying they're not going to mess this up. It's impossible. And I left out, like that movie, like Superman, You Will Believe a Man Can Fly. Like that movie title should have been, You Will Believe a Movie Can Be That Disappointing. Like, it was really bad.
But that dance, though.
that disco dance, man.
That disco dance.
Not enough Defoe, though.
I wish that scene is in the Last of Us movie. You see just Joel dancing like that.
But what was I going? Oh yeah, but yeah, dude, I think this has all the takes to it. The one thing that I was a little bit upset about with the trailer was not once did they ever reinforce the concept of Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. Like that's a big part of his character, and like they didn't really do anything on him doing anything or like looking at the camera or anything like that. And that was kind of a bit of a pain in the ass because I was looking forward to something like that. I know in the that concept footage that we saw like years ago that someone leaked online, he definitely did talk to the camera. So maybe that will come back. Like
yeah, you do need that. It needs to be a thing where he shatters the fourth wall. He doesn't need to. I don't think there's a comic where he's with I think like Wolverine. And the X-Men, he's like, this is not fucking real. And he's like talking directly to the person. And I think the X-Men are like, who are you talking to? And he's like, he just sighs.
There is a one where he bumps into Spider-Man and he's like, Deadpool, God, it's been such a long time. I don't even remember the last time I saw you. And Deadpool says like, April 2003, Spider-Man issue number, blah, blah, blah. And Spider-Man's like, what? And he's like, nothing. Like I love little moments like that. Like it's so cool.
He's a great character. Like he's just such a great character.
I'm actually looking through the comments, and some people are saying some really cool like breaking the fourth wall moments. Like one person's like, "Wouldn't it be great if he points out Stan Lee during his cameo?" Like like it's Stan Lee, and that'd be so cool. And also someone saying like he would grab a boom mic and start beating someone over the head with it. Like that'd be really cool too.
There's a spoiler coming up now, so just jump ahead like a minute. But I love the fact that in Big Hero 6, he's in the ending credits.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, do you know what's the post-credits?
No, I haven't seen the movie yet.
Have you not seen the movie?
Deadpool's in it? What does he do? That's awesome.
No, not Deadpool. Stan Lee.
Oh, Stan. Okay, right. You told me about that. Right.
Yeah, because basically I forgot that the fact that it's a Disney movie, and they kind of lead up to the fact that one of the kids has a dad who's rich and stuff, but they don't reveal it. And then when the credits roll, it shows he walks into the room and the portrait's there. It's Stan Lee's, and he actually turns up later. And I was like, "Oh, that's a great cameo."
That's so cool.
Yeah, definitely that would be a great one if he points out Stan Lee.
Yeah,
hey, he's a Stan Lee. It's like,
and he's like, "No, I'm not Stan Lee. Go back to your picture." And he's like, "No, it's Stan Lee." Like Oh man. But anyway, if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. There's actually two different trailers. There's the Red Band trailer, which I highly recommend seeing first, and then there's actually alternate takes in the Green Band trailer, the like for all audiences trailer, the rated one, if you would. Yeah, like I agree with you, dude. It's definitely something I want to invest my heart into that so much, but at the same time, I want to be very cautious on. So in the great words of, as our Gamer Headlines show stamp of approval, we'll see.